Hello everyone. So we are here like a minute early today. I have to remember that there are people who are listening to this on other platforms. So for those of you who are listening on Pandora, hello, welcome to the Lisa Eve Show. For those of you who are watching the replay, what you can do on Pandora? What? No. Oh my gosh. Spotify. I'm a big fan of Pandora. I actually love Pandora, which is why I thought of Spotify. Okay, so I apologize, Spotify, for speaking your name incorrectly. This is how we're starting the stream today. Good morning. Those of you who are watching on Spotify and listening on Spotify or any other platform, hello, I'm Lisa Eve. This is the Lisa Eve Show. We broadcast live every morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So to find me, to find my show and join me live, go to youtube.com and type into the search box, the Lisa Eve Show, and then you'll find me. Hit the follow button, we'll subscribe, and then join me live, 6 a.m. here every day, Monday through Saturday, except Sunday. Sunday is pre-recorded. That is the day with which we should be resting, although I know that we don't really do that. I'm trying. I'm going to work on that. So, how are you guys? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. Right now, I am speaking to 100,000 of you. How quickly can 100,000 people find my broadcast and be a part of my show? That is my question today. How quickly can that happen? I was doing this thing this morning, this like challenge that I really want to tell you guys about. So it is a 30-day challenge to create your life, to change your life, and basically it's through creating a new self-concept. And this is my self-concept right here. So what you do is like you make a new name, okay? Oh, I love that this is what's happening right now because of the other two shows, like everything that you talked about in the last two shows. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Okay, so basically, you're going to be creating a new self-concept. Basically, who do you want to be? That's the question. And so you have to name this version of you. Some people want to make an alter ego. Some people just want to make like the highest version of themselves or like even the next version of themselves. For me, I'm creating the highest conceivable version of myself. So that means I'm acknowledging that there's a limit to the me that I can imagine, but I want to create that version and know that another version of me is probably going to evolve and emerge. So, my name for my self-concept is Lisa Eve. Hello, that's me. And what does she do? Oh, I was supposed to put these in the comments. I'll put these in the comments from the last video because we're apparently diving way deeper into this right now. This was not my plan, guys. As you know, I never have a plan when doing this show. I'm just kind of letting God lead. In fact, let's start with God. Okay. So what does she do? She is an international TV show host, international best-selling author, I'm showing you guys what the cover of my Nevermore Abandoned book looks like, the book that I'm currently writing. Oh, and for those of you who can't see it, it's a memoir about trauma, grace, and finding freedom from the past. Of course, that could change by the time I publish. I might change, right? Like, I might change the little subtitle. Okay. For my self-concept, I also made anchors. This is kind of like a spiritual thing that's specific for me. And I'm not going to share my anchors with you. I will share one because it will give you a good idea as to what I mean when I say anchor. So anchor is for me like this concept of what I can use to embody being her in a very physical way. So one of my anchors is a tree with deep roots. So how do I use this anchor? I use it by imagining myself as a tree and imagining my roots running very deeply into the earth, which has a very grounding effect. I'm going to do my whole process right now. 1 moment, see if you feel an energy shift. Okay, so this is me having just incorporated all of my anchors. If you are sensitive to energy, let me know if you felt a shift in my energy. In fact, I should be anchoring before every show, but usually I'm like finishing up something. So I'm gonna make sure to incorporate that each and every time. Okay, so another example of an anchor is maybe you like the idea of having wings, right? So if you imagine yourself being able to fly, and it doesn't mean physically fly, although maybe it does mean that for you. When I say that, I mean being able to reach new heights in your life, in your career, whatever it is that your goals are. So maybe you want to anchor by imagining these wings like sprouting from your back, like, right? Like, right? Or maybe you have fairy wings that are just like light and fluttery behind you. Um, Whatever it is, you want to kind of like embody the energy of that anchor and that it does something for your state of being, for the energy that you reflect. What I'm feeling different now is I feel a lot more spacious. I feel grounded and spacious all at once. So it's like I'm not gonna like float off into the air even though I feel very expansive and very expanded, but I feel anchored. I don't know how to explain it. Let me know if you can feel that. Okay, so defining characteristics rests in her feminine, connecting to the all that is, patient, divinely organized, trusts the divine, lives from the core of her softness. You guys know why this is important if you've watched the first 3. Ignore the second episode, that was technical difficulties. If you watched episode 1 and 3 and maybe 4, you want to understand why it's important that Lisa Eve rests in her feminine. We were just discussing how I created, well, I was given the concept of being Lisa, right? And then God just showed me something. Then I created Cherie, right? And these were all these different perspectives. You can call them like, Lisa was also a container, but Cherie was like intentionally in container to hold new traumas, new abuses, so that Lisa could remain in her purity and her essence. Even though she did suffer, she did not, her light was not diminished, it was simply turned off, which means it can be turned back on. Cherie, her light was like smashed and squished and crushed, and she was just like destroyed repeatedly. But kind of like the Terminator, she was able to just somehow like come back. Like that was Cherie. And Lisa was just like this little, like a little angel, like a little, just like a little being of pure light. And she did suffer the abuses, but it's like it went through her. It's like the light, it was just, she was pure light, and like the abuses went through her, but she still had to turn her light off. She had to flick it off so that way people would stop coming at her, right? Like turning off her light made her invisible so that people would stop. Did it stop? No. What instead happened is she became unaware of the abuses when she turned off her light. She turned off her awareness. She turned off her awareness with the light. When you flick the light off, you can't see nothing, right? You're in the dark. She became in the dark, unaware of her abuses and her traumas. She turned the light off. Flick. Thank you, God, for all this clarification. I hope this is doing something for you. That is always my intention, that you can start to heal and have some of my firefly light. If you guys hear a jingling sound, this is my little necklace. I apologize if that's annoying. If I hear it in playback, I'll try not to do that again. Right, so being in the core of her softness is important because Lisa was so soft, and Cherie, she formed a very hard wall that was almost impenetrable. Almost. You would have to work very, very hard to penetrate that wall. And this is what occurred after her marriage. After her marriage, she just developed just like this final wall, like of protection, because she needed to very physically, mentally, spiritually protect herself in that marriage. Okay, so those are her divining characteristics. Her other characteristics are completely trust the divine masculine, the wisdom of the divine masculine. So this is her husband. I am not currently married, but my self-concept, Lisa Eve, is very married, very happy. And she trusts the wisdom of her divine masculine. Cherie did not have a divine masculine. Well, actually, at the end she did, but we're not. That's a different story. Can't wait to tell you guys about that. Okay. Her other characteristics are that she is soft and full of grace. She is nurturing, loving, disarming, trusts divine timing. She loves, well, this is not a new self-concept, but she loves being a mom. But like, I mean, Lisa Eve, like it's just one of her greatest joys in life is to steward the future generation, and that being her children. She has so much money, she doesn't know how much she has. She has full staff, assistants, hair, makeup, producers, writers, PR, whatever. A driver. Oh, nanny, right? Like help with the kids. She is doted on by her husband. And she actually loves waiting for things because she knows that there is magic and beauty in waiting, which is such a foreign concept to me in this moment. But Lisa Eve loves to wait. Like, waiting is fun for her. She's a tight-knit circle of friends and family. Okay. So a day in the life. She is balancing family with her daily show and her other commitments. So Lisa Eve is an actress. So she only takes projects that she super loves, that just give her life force energy and fill her up. And this generally tends to be the genre of science fiction, because she's all about possibilities and potential and showing people the possibilities. Like, she loves being the ultimate example of from rags to riches, of from being unwanted to wanted, from being invisible to being one of the most seen people on the planet, one of the most well-known people on the planet. Um, she loves being God's ultimate example of possibility. She loves being the example of won't he do it? She loves being the example of watch God work. She loves being the ultimate example of if it's God's will, it will be done. Woo! Mm. Yeah. Okay. Her family is her number one priority. She completely created her reality so that her family can be her number one priority, but she can also accomplish many beautiful things. So, like, if she's shooting a show, right, her family's on set with her. If they want to be, right? Like, they don't have to be. But, like, if her youngest daughter wants to come, like, she's there. No question. Um, her family knows that they are welcome in her world, in her work, whatever it is that she's doing, they are welcome there. And that is like written in all of her contracts. If you cannot have like her kids on set, she's not coming. She's Because she wants her children to always know that she will never be too busy for them. This is something I actually was inspired by. Oh gosh, I forgot her name. I don't want to tell you guys incorrectly, but I believe, I don't want to say her name without it being her. Yeah, I think this is something that I learned from Maria Shriver. Don't quote me. But I believe I was watching an interview with her. Hang on, I want to make sure I'm telling you correctly. I believe it was an interview with Maria Shriver. And I believe it was a Kennedy. Like, I can't remember which one, but I don't even know if Maria Shriver is a Kennedy. Okay, this is so bad. This is me real in life. I told you guys I'm gonna be like completely imperfect. I'm gonna be perfectly imperfect. Okay, so I believe, yes, I think I saw an interview with Maria Shriver, and she was doing this interview with one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I'm not gonna say his name. And during the interview, her phone rang, and she told the interviewer, like, I'm sorry, I have to take this. And she took the call from her daughter during the interview, and she let the interviewer know that her children are always have access to her no matter what, and like she will stop for them. Now, I'm not gonna say that I would go as far as stopping an interview, but I am gonna go as far as saying that my children can be there. We'll see how Lisa feels about stopping an interview. But like, when she said that, there was so much conviction and power, and the host was really taken aback and thrown off. But at the same time, I think he had to admire that within her. So for me, my family's my number one priority, but that is not going to stop anything. It's not going to stop a movie. It's not going to stop my daily show. No. Like, the people who are for me are going to love that I created a life that involves and allows for my young daughter. And you guys are going to meet her one day because she really wants to be on the show, but I just can't right now imagine waking her up at 5:30 in the morning to just come and do the show with me. But she wants to, I want you guys to know, she wants to be here. That's the kind of little one that she is. She's like, Mommy, like, I want to do it too. So you guys will meet her. Okay, so, um, and she has so much time to spend with her husband and her children and her friends and her family. This is so beautiful. And she leads a slow life when she wants to. Like when she wants to have things be slow, all she has to do is decide it. And of course, sometimes she will want things to be fast and exciting, and whether it's like a red carpet event or, you know, going to some party or, like a premiere, right? Like a movie premiere or the premiere of a show or something, or like a convention that is talking about, changing the world. She will want to get all super dolled up and dressed up and go and do those kinds of things, and then she'll want to do slow. But just her husband, maybe her kids on a beach, doing nothing, just being one with all that is, being with the sound of the ocean, and maybe holding her husband's hand and just, they're not talking, they're just being there together. And maybe her children are running across the beach, right? And they're screaming and they're splashing each other, and someone is serving us fresh something from the ocean. I don't know what to even make up. Something that's fresh from the ocean, and the sun is just like sharing its warmth on my skin. So she'll have plenty of time for that. Okay, so I have like this really extended version of this, and I don't have it. I'm not going to get up and go and look for it. But like I have a 2-page version, and I'm going to go even deeper into fleshing out her. And I'm going to change a few things because one of the things I noticed is that I didn't have a lot of nature in here. Like I need more outside, more activity that is outside. Because the way that I have Lisa Eve fleshed out right now is that it's more about being, it's like more doing than I want. I need more being in there. And being is easy in nature for me, so I need to get more being there. Okay, so some of the things that I've done, so some of the description for day in the life are things that I want to incorporate into my life because they are that version of me. And there was this TikTok that I watched, and this guy was talking about how people say, I feel like I'm pretending, I'm being fake, that kind of a thing. By the way, I am recording this journey of 30 days of becoming Lisa Eve on TikTok. So you can follow me at Lisa Everette, Everette on TikTok. That is for those of you who, can't see me on YouTube. I'm going to be recording 30 days of this becoming Lisa Everette, stepping into it. So I already have 2 videos that I've recorded that I'm going to upload after the show. And they are me pretending to be her. I mean, I am her, right? But like stepping into it, embodying it. So if you want to like follow that journey, follow me on TikTok, okay? So Lisa Eve is recording shows 6 days a week. I'm already doing that. That's one of the first things I stepped into. And she's working out 4 days a week. I have not begun that. In fact, with my new job, I am more sedentary than ever, and I really do not like it. And then when I get off of work, I'm tired feeling, so I think I need to do it before work. But now I'm recording this show, so I've got some things to figure out. I've got to figure out how to work in working out 4 days a week. Okay, I had fun with that. Lisa listens to her body, and with each meal that she eats. And I wrote on paper that she's doing the OMAD, which is eating 1 meal a day. But I don't know if I want to do that. So I'm going to kind of like rethink this. I think my body naturally likes to eat keto. And I don't mean because I'm trying to lose weight. I mean that just naturally the aspects that make up the keto diet are how my body naturally likes to eat. My body doesn't like to eat bread. My body doesn't like to eat rice unless it's in sushi or like basically like Asian food. My body's fine with rice. My body's like, we'll let that slide. So like eating onigiri, my body loves to eat Asian food. So that's like the only exception. Um, but like my body doesn't like to eat pasta. My body loves to eat vegetables and bacon and like cheese. Well, my body doesn't love cheese, I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah, but like, my body loves to eat meat. Although I love the idea of not eating meat, but maybe one day, I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Um, she connects with God every day. And while I am in communion with God every moment of every single day, I would like to have a set time where I am literally being quiet with God. Although God is letting me know that's not necessary because I'm now at this place where I literally walk with God every day. I am in communion with God every moment of every day. I am one with God every moment of every day. So I completely get that I don't need to be in this quiet space with God, but I want to make intentional time to hear God, what I believe to be more clearly. And this is just my human self not understanding something and thinking that I need to do more. But what I love to do is I love to go on walks with God. I love going for a walk and just talking to God and being and just like watching magic unfold on that walk because I feel like God loves to surprise me. Yeah, okay. She does self-care. She gets a massage 4 times a month. I have never gotten a massage a day in my life. So at some point I'm going to incorporate getting a massage. I'm going to get a massage and then, it's like adding that element that she would do. And the reason I want to get massages is because I hear that you can release trauma stored in your body through massage, so I really want to do that. She's getting manicures and pedicures at least 2 times a month. I do that, so that would be a lie. I don't do it twice a month. I do it sometimes. um, she goes on dates with her children 3 times per month. Um, she goes on dates with her husbands. Ooh, there's the concept that God is our husband. There's the concept that God is the husbandman of humankind, the planter of the seed of humankind. So perhaps from that perspective, I do have multiple husbands. But I'm referring to my husband in the flesh. I'm sorry, I just love the idea of being married again. God, if it is your will, I will be married again to the man that you've chosen for me. That just makes me feel just so good. Okay. She travels and does her show from anywhere, including a beach, right? So like, as I was talking about that beach earlier, I can go live from the beach, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What beach? I don't know. It could be a different time zone, right? Like if I'm in Japan, to go live at 6 a.m. would be, don't quote me, but like approximately 7 p.m.-ish. So maybe I wouldn't have any light if I was on the beach. But let's see here. She wakes up in gratitude each morning. She drinks 98 plus ounces of water per day, and she drinks 1 smoothie per day. What does she do with God? She goes on dates and picnics, cafes, and dancing with God. What does she do for herself? She loves her body through movement, massage, manicures, facials, pedicures, being out in nature. I'm going to add to that because, I don't know, it seems kind of basic and boring. What does she do with her husband? Dates at least 2 times per week, slow dancing to jazz music, boating, hiking, concertos. What does she do with her children? She bees with them, she plays with them, she takes them in nature, she cooks with them, she speaks life into them. What does she do for humanity? Well, I am medicine for humanity. My words are medicine for a world that is unwell. And I share my medicine daily. So if you guys want to follow this 30-day journey, follow me on TikTok at Lisa Everette on TikTok, and you can follow that journey there. And I will see you guys here tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. I'm going to write these questions for real in the comments today. Share your self-concept with me. Let me know. Oh my God, I'm so excited to hear about your self-concept. We asked, who do you want to become? Well, I guess this is it. I want to become this version of Lisa Eve and or something better. And I'm going to ask God, who can we be? What can we be? What can we do? What can we say? What can we create to create heaven on earth right away?